couple of days has been crazy, man. And I know a lot of y'all been trying to enjoy y'all life. And it's always around this time that battle rap get lit, bro. It's like when you trying to go to a movie, trying to chill, you trying to play the video game, it's something. Battle rap gets lit at the wrong times, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into this, man. I went to go see, I don't know, I went to the movies, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I got tired of listening to all this, man. And y'all know I went live reacting to it and all that. I got tired of listening to this, man. I just turned off battle rap for a minute and just enjoyed my day, bro. It just is what it is. And, you know what I mean, came back, reacted to the Mace and Cameron and all that. But let's get into this, right? I listened to what Verb is saying. I listened to what Hitman is saying. Hitman pretty much outs everything and saying that he don't rock with Verb, the reasons why. He feels like Verb is trying to stop his bags. He's hating on them. He's jealous of them. You know, Hitman saying, I'm always showing up to what you got going on. You not showing up to what I got going on. And, you know, I heard what Verb is saying. Verb was mentioning different events and things that he showed up for. Cool. Hitman is saying, yo, ARP said that you trying to tell him that you want more money than me and I don't do nothing for you. And, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that was when Verb was going to battle Iron Solomon. I don't know, man. You know, and then I think Hitman was going to battle Bill Collector, all of that. And so, you know, Hitman is feeling some type of way like, yo, why are you out here telling ARP that? ARP put out a tweet. I seen ARP. He got into spaces. He's basically saying, yo, like all the communication that he had with Gerald McCoy and with Hitman Holla, they both knew about the communication. Because I'm going to be real, ARP, the way it seemed like when Hitman Holla was talking about everything, it's like every time somebody would say something to you, you would just go and tell Hitman Holla. It's what it seemed like, you know what I mean? But ARP went into the spaces and he clarified that's not how it went down. We were trying to quarterback the situation and figure things out. And he basically knew, you know, I was about to let Hitman Holla know everything and the three-way calls and all that. So I'm glad he did, you know, clear that up. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to ARP. He, you know, his name is getting thrown around in it. It is what it is, man. Verb is saying that he didn't, like, I got a couple of clips I want y'all to hear, right? So Verb is saying that he's not doing what Hitman Holla is saying. He's not hating on him. I want y'all to hear this clip, right?
Hold on, guys, listen. Ask Hitman, does he do it? Don't ask me.
Because Verb is also saying that he's got like footage, not footage, but like audio, I guess, of Hitman Holla talking subversive about him. My whole thing is like, why don't you just hit Hitman up and just be like, yo, like you talking about me? Somebody just gave me like some audio saying that you talking about me. Is that what's going on? Like, why don't you hit him up and talk to him about that? You know, it's just what I would, you know what I mean? What I would do if I'm cool with somebody. And you could take it for what you will. Sometimes people gonna lie to you. Just say, hey, man, you're talking about me and just keep it moving and stop talking to him. You know what I mean? But he was holding on to the audio. And Verb's got something to say, man. Let y'all hear it.
Better when you shoot it from the other side.
Makes it better. He did mention that, though. He said he don't know, but he don't know. But if he did, it's saying something to the effect that he was saying that y'all don't rock no more. That's why.
All right. Now look. Now Hitman, listen. Let's give a slow clap for you, brother. Here we go. Now we opening the door. Now look, we getting the nigga to open up, y'all. Now listen, you see what Big Bro can do? I got the nigga to start taking form of accountability.
Verb, the bad words, bro. Like, you in space, you talk how you want, man. But the bad words, come on, y'all.
Holla don't never take accountability, but here he's forced to. Does anybody else want to play with me and see how far the rabbit hole goes? Okay, because if he admitted it out of his mouth, he might have. Right? IAS. Right? I told y'all don't gamble against me, though. Right? But what did you say? Because here's the thing. Nobody has me doing it to you.
You said nobody has him doing that to Hitman, right? But then I want y'all to hear this clip.
Then this would have never happened. So I tried to say, and I told Verb that. I said, Verb, I did make the phone call. I did talk to ARP, and I said what was said. Verb knows this. What he's saying on his end is If G is constantly telling you that I wasn't hating on you, why do you still believe me?
But he not saying G said he was. He's saying G telling you he ain't said. Like he trying to make it seem like nothing was said. So now he trying to flip the two words. Now he's saying what he's saying wasn't hating, but he telling the people, G telling you I ain't say that. That ain't what I'm telling y'all. That he said, I'm not cool with Nick no more. PB been scamming on his manners. You need to watch him on. He said all of that, and that's why Gerald said, dang, this supposed to be his brother. So if he's saying like this, maybe I need to dig a little deeper and see what's going on. That's all.
Mind you, Hitman Holla is on the phone with Gerald McCoy right now in the spaces. Listen to
saying that's why I'm telling people, okay, well, Gerald, tell him I know what was said. He did this to ARP in 2018. It's the second time he was said some things.
Which even the 2018 situation, I didn't know about it. There's a disconnect on that. He doesn't feel like what he did was hating. He feels like what he did was right. Again, that is between y'all two on that instance. This instance here was nothing but Gerald, who has done. Listen, the reason this bothers me so much is because all of this stems from me trying to give the culture a freaking battle that everybody has been screaming for. We want Hitman and Mook. We want Hitman and Mook. I got a phone call about, hey, G, if you can do this, this will push it forward and we can get the contract going. That's the only reason this ever took place. So for it to get to this point, I'm like, dog, all I was trying to do was help out. I wasn't Hitman. Am I not to vouch for this? Didn't I tell you I was done with battle rap?
Listen, I told them that already, G. I said you did me a favor. I said
that's all I was trying to do, bro. So people saying like G in the middle of it. No, I ain't in the middle of nothing.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You part of it. You part of you.
And
you
I
are.
told you, I'm not because I'm sorry. Then I told you, even after I called you with my uncle, like I said, I ain't telling nobody. I ain't going public because I'm.
You didn't go public.
Just your word.
Nope.
I said, I'm not gonna call him and I'm not gonna bark on him. Because, I felt like I was played, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah. I want you in the middle of it. That was 2 weeks ago, right? When you was
agreed.
That was 2 weeks ago, right?
I was in Greece, yeah, 2 weeks ago. Agreed.
So last night I get on the computer on IG, and it's a 9 subliminal tweets that was aimed at me, and that's why we here today. I just wanted everybody to know that.
And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm here, because you called me or you hit me up and was like, "Gee, I'm confused about why he's saying this, and this." I talked to a lot of people don't know. I've talked to Hitman multiple times. I've talked to Verb multiple times to try and keep this from going public, to de-escalate the situation. And I've even taken blame on both ends. Hitman, did I not take the blame for it even getting here? You told me, G, don't think this is your fault. But I still tried to take the blame because I said, if I had just trusted my gut and knew Hitman is solid, he ain't trying to play me. But people have to understand, if I'm hearing what I'm hearing, and then I'm hearing publicly Hitman saying, I ain't talked to URL, this, and this. Now, how am I supposed to know that he did talk to them and that this is a laid out plan? So,
but if Hitman is so solid, I get it, man. It's $20,000, bro. It's not like it's chump change to him, but it's $20,000, right? So, like you go on the Verb, like why don't you just like hit Beasley up from the URL and ask him if this is real? Why are you hitting Hitman up, telling him what Verb is saying? You see what I'm saying? And then now Hitman is saying, oh, well, tell Verb I know what he's talking about. So Verb is saying, like, he not going to get caught up in none of this because he didn't say nothing to Gerald. But it turns out, like, as the conversation goes on, Gerald basically says that Hitman is right. And him and Verb did have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. This is a mess. This is very messy. One thing I will say, man, to be real with you, I mean, if y'all don't like each other, y'all don't like each other. As far as the public being made aware that y'all don't like each other, I mean, somebody may have been a part of costing you $200,000. I could see how a Hitman Holla would be mad, bro. And kind of want that out there. But when you start naming names, a lot of people get drugged into the situation. You know what I mean? And then they have to, Gerald McCoy may have just been an investor, who may have just wanted to try to help a situation, but now his name is like in it. ARP's name is in it, and now the public is looking at ARP like every time somebody tells ARP something, he running and telling Hitman Holla about it. You know, so it's like this is a big mess, you know, and Hitman Holla talking about, you know, he'll roll up on Verb, and Verb is talking about he want to see Hitman in the ring, he want to battle him again, he want to box, like all of this, trying to get a check. Hitman talking about he don't want a check. I think, you know what I mean, all of this, honestly, I don't really think it's miscommunication. You know what I mean? Because we just heard what Gerald was saying, and as it goes on and on and on, he basically says Hitman Holla is right. You know what I mean? And that conversation did happen. So how would y'all really react? You know what I mean? Y'all got to ask yourself, man. Like, so I don't know, man. If they not going to rock with each other, they just not going to rock with each other. But something is telling me, I could be wrong. You know, we hear Hitman constantly saying, yo, this is not for promo. This is not this. This is not that. I don't believe it. I think they about to either battle or they about to box. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't think the Mook battle was about to happen. You know what I mean? We was led to believe one thing, and everybody trying to lead people to believe one thing, and all the while they working to try to get the Mook and Hitman battle to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on at this point. You know, I'm going to play everything by ear. But, you know, Hitman is saying like he feel like Verb is jealous of him. But that's kind of wild. You know what I mean? That's kind of wild. If Hitman is your brother, Verb, and he's going to get some money regardless of how much it is, going, like, letting Gerald McCoy know, like, yo, like, you know, PB and them out there scamming, you know, you might want to watch that. You know, if you said that, I'm going to say if you said that, it's kind of, you know, there's no way really around that, man. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. There's no, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Verb. But you got Hitman, one of the marketing kings. Verb, one of the marketing kings. These dudes don't really move unless there's money involved. You know what I'm saying? In some sort of promotional aspect. The one thing about Verb, I will say, it's kind of interesting because it's like he just went against the URL, super supportive of RBE, but it seemed like ARP then sided with Hitman Holla. You know what I mean? So like anything Hitman is, he's just rocking with Hitman. So it's like Verb is not cool with the URL no more. He done went at them so bad, trying to destroy their events, all that in the spaces. So it's like, where is he going to get these big battles from? Yeah, he got a battle with Sirius Jones coming up on the trenches, but I'm sure he wants something that's going, you know what I mean, bring in more money. And ARP is only doing straight to it battles. You know, so I don't know what he going to end up doing. He may be looking for a bag right now. Regardless of what he's saying, he may be looking for a bag. And Hitman Holla, this might be that bag. And if you really want to box Verb, you know what I mean, just make a bag out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all ain't really got to deal with each other no more. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. I think Hitman is telling the truth. I think he's telling the truth. You know, I listened to a lot of Verb spaces and what he was saying, and he's talking in circles. One thing about Calico's going to say how he feels, and Calico let Verb know. He was just like, you know, why are you asking about your friend's money? You know what I mean? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, that's kind of, and he's posting on Twitter like, yo, that's kind of shaky. You know, so I don't know, bro. I think Hitman is kind of right about this, but bringing everybody, and this is what y'all got to understand, man, about battle rap, period. When y'all talk to one person, you talking to everybody. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So eventually something is going to get out. And Gerald, if you that cool with Verb, you know, why? I mean, I guess, you know, I'm cool with Verb. I'm sponsoring his battles. We super locked in. You know, I can just call him and ask him if this is a real thing. You should have called Beasley. That's where it should have ended. You should have called Beasley and seen what was up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of hitting Verb up. And now it's like you in the middle of this situation. And it's like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? But y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. I see some people saying Hitman's emotional. I'll be emotional too, bro. 200,000. You know what I mean? Like, and you part of the reason why that didn't go down, allegedly. You know, I could have got 20,000 and start writing. You know, like that. I could have at least got the 20. You know what I mean? And start writing for it. You know, and Gerald ain't really hurting for that like that. You know, but at the same time, the other sponsors didn't pan through. So is it all on Verb? think part of it is. You know what I mean? But it's not, the battle wasn't going to go down because URL didn't have the other money. And they had the money in their hand for the other sponsor. You know, so we got to keep it real with that. But y'all just, I mean, if y'all ain't going to rock with each other, y'all ain't going to rock with each other. Y'all going to keep going back and forth, doing more spaces, seeing who get more numbers. Obviously, Hitman Holla is winning that. He's getting the numbers. You know what I'm saying? His numbers are outpacing Verb, but that's going to happen. He's one of the view kings. You know, Verb is kind of feeling some type of way. He was talking in one of his spaces. The thing, when you do a lot of spaces, you're going to talk. You're going to say some things. He did sound like he felt some type of way with Hitman Holla trying to get Charlie Clips more money than him. That's what it sounded like. He's like, you giving him like an extra, like 5,000. Like, people, don't, when it come to money, ain't no friends, bro. Ain't no, it don't matter. There is no friends when it comes to business and money. People got to realize that. You know, so I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. I'm gonna read a couple of these comments and then I'm gonna get out of here. Somebody said the weird thing is that all of the bloggers played the spaces. This is such a play for big event, and the bloggers are in on it. Yo, I will say one thing about me though, bro. One thing about me. I kind of give you some hints, like, from here and there. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about Hitman and Moot, I kind of give y'all some hints, man. Like, that's why I think people rock with this channel. Yeah, I'm not going to ruin everything for y'all, but I give y'all some hints. You might want to run this one back. You know what I'm saying? You might want to run this vlog back. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say Hitman said they don't got nothing going on, bro. That's all I'm going to say about that. They ain't got nothing going on. Somebody said, I'm suspicious of anyone that believes Verb at this point. Verb blatantly lies in his spaces, and a lot of people don't hear. That's the one thing, bro. It's like he'll be in spaces, right? And nobody will say anything like on the contrary of him, like most of the time. And a lot of times you can't because he doesn't let anybody up. The one thing about Hitman Holla, right, is when he does a space, he asks, like, anybody want to come up? Like, any of the bloggers, anybody, any of the fans, any of y'all want to come up here and ask questions? And he opens the mics up for people to talk for the most part. You know, Verb does. It takes him a while after he gets out what he wants to say. You know, he'll open up the mic and let people talk. But Hitman Holla was in the space with Verb at one point. I think it was like earlier today. He was in the space with Verb, right? So all Verb had to do was give Hitman Holla a mic. They could have settled this situation. Like, this is why I think this, I don't care what they say, what they tell you. They can get mad and say, oh, Piper Williams, you don't know what you're talking about. I think this is a play. I don't care. Wait a minute. Why y'all ain't getting in the spaces and talking? It could have been over and done with. Y'all could have just talked about this. It could have been, you know, but so then Hitman did a space. So Hitman had a space when Verb had a space. And they both going on, you know what I'm saying, on and on. And come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know, I don't know. I don't believe it. Battle rap, everything is smoke and mirrors. Everything is smoke and mirrors, bro. Somebody said it sounded like a bunch of, how do you say, I would never book Clips over Verb at this point. Clips is lazy. Yeah, I mean, I would rather see like a Verb than Clips, but we got to keep it real. Clips get the views, bro. It's what it is. Like, look at his views. That's why they book him. Even if he plays around, like, his fan base, people, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't book Clips. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I would if I was a league owner. I'm going to be real about it. I would. But I wouldn't, like, sitting here, I wouldn't think about booking Clips because I know he's going to get on my card and play around with the money. You know what I mean? But if you're a smart business person and you're trying to get subscribers and you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, Clips is a safer bet. He's going to give you more views. It just is what it is. So if Hitman is saying basically what I just said, you know what I mean? Like, he's the, you know, he gets more views. Like, it makes more sense business-wise to pay Clips more money. You know what I mean? And I slid him an extra $5,000 for looking out. You know, and I think ARP said the problem that I had with Hitman Holla is that he was trying to book the card before the main event was booked. That was dope when ARP said that. Because he was like, you got to think about that, bro. You're going to book a whole card. You're going to get everybody thinking that they're going to rap. People going to start writing, right? Oh, we about to be on Bags and Bodies, Hitman Holla, everybody about to see. This is what people are probably going to be thinking. And you don't even have the main event booked yet. You know, so it's like business-wise, that didn't really make sense, and ARP did voice his opinion about that. So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Somebody said Verb. Man, come on, we not doing character. Like, however you feel about Verb personally, that's on you. Somebody said Verb promos more, but it doesn't translate to views. Him and A-Ward aren't even at 500,000. But you got to think Verb is probably carrying most of those views. I mean, shout out to A-Ward. I mean, it just is what it is. So if you going up against somebody that don't really do views like that much, you know what I mean? A-Ward got some battles like over 100,000, 200. Like, he got some battles like that. It's not a lot of them, but he got battles like that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a lot now. I don't know. He battles a lot, right? But Verb is gonna get views, so he kind of like in my mind like doing most of the work on his own, man. It is what it is. Hitman Holla it's a different energy, man. He's always been leading in the views. Always has. That's why I think people did blogs like the highest average battle rapper. Like, for the most part, it was Hitman Holla, man. Like, he do them numbers. That's why he can do a battle with, what is it, Easy to Block Captain and do like 2 million views. But y'all, another thing y'all gotta understand, like, views means but so much. Who sells pay-per-views? The YouTube views don't really matter at this point. You know what I mean? If you got salacious content, you saying bad words, all that, that's gonna get limited. Like, most of the time. You know what I mean? Depending on how YouTube feels that day. Like, they can limit you or not. Whereas the pay-per-view money is what's gonna pay for everything. So, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, yeah, they can go back and forth, but what's gonna come out of it? Somebody said, PIPERBOY reporting live from the eye of the storm. You said, so we acting like Maxed Out 3 wasn't the way it was because of Verb and the promo. Y'all just hating on that man. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking? Like, Hitman, what did Hitman say? Hitman said, like, out of the top tiers, you had the lowest view numbers. Out of the top. That's what he said. I didn't say that. If you go back and you look at the numbers, it's just, do the math. How many views did Mickey Fax and Verb get? Like, just do the math. Like, Hitman's not going to do numbers like that. It doesn't mean like Verb is whack. It just means he's not going to do the same numbers. That's what it is. Somebody said Verb promo makes you want to see the battles. I think he sells the most pay-per-views. You know who would know that? Remy Ma. You know what I'm saying? Well, not Remy Ma, but ARP. ARP said Hitman Holla is selling the most. What are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm muting you, bro. Like, we not doing that, bro. You not about to, we about to mute him, bro. You not doing that, bro. Hold on. You getting 10 seconds muted, bro. We not doing that, bro. Hold on. I'm about to mute this dude, bro. For 10 seconds. Then ARP just said Hitman bring in the most pay. Like, what is y'all doing, bro? Y'all be bugging. Shout out. Somebody said, so why Verb ain't did none like Maxed Out 3 again? I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to do a Maxed Out 3. I don't know. Obviously, him and ARP cool. I remember there's times Verb was in spaces and mentioned that ARP sent him some extra money out of nowhere. Why did ARP send him some extra money? Did he just do that for no reason? I don't know. Only ARP can answer that question. But if Verb was such a bad pick, would ARP be doing that? I don't know. Something y'all got to think about. Somebody said, I don't believe what you said. He said Verb pop after what? Man, y'all crazy, bro. But shout out to Verb. Shout out to Hitman Holla. Like I said, they're showing you marketing, right? They may not have nothing going on. It just is what it is. But they're showing you how they can shut battle rap down wherever they feel like it. Not everybody can do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody can do that, and they can. Like, even when you got battle, you know what I'm saying? Like, leagues, got events going on, they can shut it down whatever they feel like. And this is why they get some of the most money, man. It just is what it is. But 200,000, Hitman making 200,000 a battle, that gotta hurt a lot of battle rappers' feelings, bro. A lot of people's feelings. Somebody said Gerald doesn't want them talking on the phone for some reason. Nah, you just talking, bro. Because Gerald's been saying he been trying to squash the situation. He been trying to figure out a way for this not to go public, man. You just hearing what you want to hear. But I'm getting out of here, bro. I can't I can't keep reading these comments, bro, because they crazy. But I'm out. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Shout out to Verb. Shout out to Hitman. Y'all had it lit. Battle rap has been boring. Stop. Everybody's trying to squash this. Stop that. We need more controversy. You know what I'm saying? Because battle rap bored. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out. Comment, rate, subscribe. And don't go see that movie. What is it called? Long Legs? I think that's what the movie is called. Don't go see that movie, bro. That movie was whack, bro. I fell asleep like 3 times in the movies today, bro. That movie was so whack. It got like Nicolas Cage. That movie was so whack, bro. Don't go see that, bro. Don't go see that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Gerald is moving sneaky. You see what I'm saying, Gerald? Everybody gonna be throwing your name and, you know what I'm saying, and everything. You just gotta be careful about what you say. And if you feel like somebody may get emotional with something that you're gonna say, just keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? Or go directly to the source. Anybody. If there's a battle coming up or something and somebody asking you to sponsor, and that's another thing, bro. Like, nah, we not doing that, bro. I mean, shout out to Gerald. Hold on. Shout out to Gerald McCoy for sponsoring. But come on, just don't be treated like you just a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine somebody hitting me up? Yo, you know, I don't really call you unless I really need something. I need 20,000. I'm like, what? Get off my phone, bro. Like, what? That's Gerald McCoy be like, how am I wire it to you? Like, we ain't doing that, bro. Look, Gerald, I need like 20,000 to start some of these blogs off. Like, I just need the money. Gerald, I need the money. Wait a minute. I know you got it. Can y'all imagine, like, hold on, can y'all imagine that? Hey, yo, I know we don't talk and all that, you know what I'm saying? I just your boy need about 50,000 to start right. What? Man, my voice will be echoing all through that mansion. What? What you say to me? I mean, Gerald, I know we cool and all. I'm just asking for 20,000. I would get another iPhone because that iPhone would be thrown on the floor, bro. People be in spaces talking like, oh, well, Gerald, I run Gerald's money. Gerald. And Gerald just be popping up in his spaces like, yes. No, bro. Nah, no, ain't no way, bro. I'm like, you run my money, what? No, that's crazy. Somebody said it must be nice to have rich friends. Can I have 20,000 to start writing? It's crazy. That is crazy. Hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the like button, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, Trilla, can you imagine that? Come on. We not doing that, bro. We not doing that, man. I don't even call nobody and ask them for $5. Yo, I'm trying to battle on this league, but I need 20,000 of your money to write. Man, if I was Gerald McCoy, I would call everybody. I'd be calling Donald Trump. Donald Trump, how's your ear? All right, I need some intel on what's going on. Tell me everything. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get me for 20,000. I kind of feel Gerald McCoy on that, bro. Like, you ain't about to just call me for 20,000. I'm not about to call around and ask about what is bad. Like, why you asking me for all this money? We not doing that, bro. We ain't doing that, bro. Like, no. Like, so you can start writing for who? Like URL. Am I getting any of this money back? I'm just wasting it. Somebody called me like, yo, you want to like support a league and like donate for a battle? I'm like, hello? Y'all is crazy. Battle rap ain't got no love for no. You hear how Calico talking? Yo, Hitman had to banged the phone on Calico and everybody in Spaces. Calico got up there like, Gerald McCoy is just a fan. Gerald McCoy, I'm not going in on you. I'm just telling you that Calico was talking about you behind your back. And I'm just telling you what he was saying. So Calico was talking to Hitman Holla. And he was just like, Gerald McCoy is just a fan. Like, I don't know who he think he is. He's just a fan. And he just liked battle rap too much. And he just liked battle rap too much, and he just took it too far. He started paying for stuff that he liked. He ain't nothing but a fan. Hitman Holla was like, chill, Calico, like we cool with him. It's the money, chill out. Calico like, no, but he just a fan. Hitman went, click. I'm still trying to get this book battle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Yo, Cal don't care, bro. He said Cal be Trevor. Y'all hear that? That's why Hitman got off the phone. I don't care what he say. That's why he got off the phone, bro. Calico was wilding on Gerald McCoy. He's like, he's just a fan. Like, what? Calico be playing people like that. He's just a fan. He just be doing too much. He just be paying for stuff. Man, y'all is crazy, man. You said, no, yo, Cal, he be wild. Yeah, Trilla, he be wild. Somebody said Verb and Gerald got something deeper than... No, I ain't reading that. Somebody said Cal be tripping sometimes. Shout out to Calico. You said, how much you think they make back sponsoring? You don't make none of that money back, bro. If you a sponsor, you don't make none of that money back, man. You basically, like, what you doing is you looking for a tax write-off. Either you looking for somebody to rep your brand or you looking for a tax write-off. Bro, I don't need that many tax write-offs to be paying no battler $20,000. Like, I'm not, but they making millions, and you know what I'm saying? Gerald McCoy got wild money. He probably got all kind of businesses and investments and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm not about to be paying like no tens of thousands of dollars just to be in the space talking to people every once in a while. I'm not about to do that, bro. I'm not doing that. We not doing that, bro. And every time I pick up the phone, can I get 5,000? Can you sponsor this? I'll run this dude's money. That's crazy. Somebody said, shout out to the hardest working blogger. Listen, you said this is your 4th live today. Wait a minute. Yo, I don't even think... Hold on, let me just check real quick before I get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I just be wilding, bro. I be joking, man. I kind of want to get in these spaces one day, bro. But I don't. They gonna kick me out of the spaces because I ain't gonna. They gonna kick me out of the spaces, bro. I ain't going in there, bro. They gonna be like, why you asking me that? Because I would have been in there like, Gerald, why is you paying all this money? They will be like, get him out of here now. But no, Gerald, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just let me borrow 50,000. Somebody said salute. Somebody said they gonna mute. Yeah, man, they gonna mute me and kick me out, bro. You gotta get up there and you gotta like D-Rod, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not getting up there D-Rodding, bro. I'm not, cause that's why I stay away from that. You know, people be like, yo, go out. Nah, I stay away because I'm gonna say something, they gonna get mad. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, man. I'm not gonna agree with everything nobody say, bro. You know, even if I agree, I'm not gonna agree with you. I'm gonna be up there just to say the opposite. You know what I mean? Unless you just 100%, I agree 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say the opposite anyway, and go viral. And you know what I'm saying? Battle rap viral. Somebody said. Also, he said after Beasley's scene, he was sponsored. Yo, I think what it really is, who said this? I think Chris Somebody said this, right? I could be wrong, but Chris Somebody said this. I think he was right. This is what he said, right? He was just like, if Hitman gets booked on a URL and he battles Murder Mook on a URL, it makes URL look like, you know what I'm saying? Like they back on top. They was able to make a battle happen. And you know how URL, they gonna sauce up the trailer and they gonna put all of our, you know what I mean? All of us in it. Me saying, the battle is never going down. You know what I'm saying? And then they come out with, they thought it could never happen. It's going down. Summer Madness, or whatever they gonna say, right? So it would be a big, huge event. So you got to think, Verb has been trying to tear URL down for the past 2 years. So he kind of don't want, and I think, because I was watching Restore Order, right? I'm just saying what they saying. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. I was watching Restore Order, right? And they made some good points. I think it was Sway 7 or IP. One of them said, like, yo, New York, like, Verb's got a vendetta against New York because New York be hating on him, is what they said. You know what I mean? But then IP was like, they not really hating on you. They rock with you. They just don't like when sometimes people, they say things that, in battles that don't, you know what I'm saying, that they ain't rocking with. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be real, bro. They be hating on Verb, bro. Like, they be hating on Verb, bro. I'm going to get to the point in a minute. Because when I seen Verb in a lot of battles. He just come out on stage and they booing. We not acting like they not doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? He the villain, like, he playing the role of the villain just with it. Man, I seen him come on stage. They just like, boo. He just standing there like, and they booing for no reason, bro. So yeah, I probably wouldn't like New York either. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. So he's got a vendetta against New York, whether it's Beasley situation or whatever. This is what they saying on Restore Order, right? And so, I don't know. And Chris Unbiased is basically like, yo, if URL is on top and Verb has been trying to shut them down, you know what I'm saying? If he gonna basically continue to try to do it, and you know what I mean, Hitman is gonna catch a strike from it. You know what I mean? It's basically what it is. And that's true, man. I don't know. I think that's true, bro. Let's just say they was trying to make that happen on RBE. Do you think Verb would? This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Like URL, like what? This is crazy. I don't know why they don't like each other like that. Now, if I'm Verb, bro, I'm pro URL now. Like, bro, everybody, because ARP done picked a side. So I'm pro URL now. What's up? What's up, Smack and B? Let's talk this out. You know what I mean? Because you got to get booked, bro. You know what I mean? But shout out to him. Somebody said Gerald need to have a battle tournament. Yeah, I don't understand, bro. Gerald, if you got that much money, why don't you get with somebody and just do a whole event? Book the battles that you want. Just do the whole event. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. But nah, I heard Easy talking about like, yo, like you either losing money or breaking even. You know what I mean? And I think he said like 1 or 2 times or something like that. Like he actually made money, but he's like, yo, you breaking even. I hear ego owners talk like that all the time, bro. You losing money in battle rap. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Somebody said, you said Spaces is corny, bro. Call it corny if you want. We was all in there. We was all in there. Bro, I'm going to tell y'all how it is, bro. I'm going to be all the way real with y'all. Let me show y'all what was going on, bro. I'm in spaces like this, bro, with 2 phones, bro. I'm listening to Hitman Holla and Verb, bro, at the same time. I'm getting ready to go to the movies and everything. I'm like, I'm listening to both of them, bro. It's like that. That's how they had everybody today, bro. Spaces was lit. So call it quarter if you want, but we was all in there listening. I seen the whole culture in there. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? We not doing that, bro. We not gonna lie. Y'all was watching just like everybody else with the drama. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that got me mad is when Marv 1 was trying to like talk some sense in the Hitman Holla. I'm like, come on, Marv, why is you trying to de-escalate this? Marv 1 came with the, y'all should really work this out. Y'all shouldn't fight. I'm like, no! Get Marv 1 out of here. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, let cooler heads prevail. I'm like, we don't want to hear no sense. It's street time. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. Like, it's street time. We've been waiting for some drama all year. Like, we don't want to hear no peace. I thought we got a little bit of drama when Bad News was like beating Dot up. I seen Dot fly across the fly across the parking lot. Bad News, hold on, my bad. Yo, I'm not trying to clown or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to clown, I'm just saying what I see. You know what I'm saying? Bad News was like, I thought he was about to hit him with the left, but hit him with hit him with the right, but hit him with the left. He was like, Dot was like, no! Yo, that is crazy, bro. Dot was up there like, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to fight you for real. I'm like, oh my God, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, Dot, you should have kicked or something, been like, huh. Like, once you start losing, like, all bets is off. Like, just grab something, just the ear or something, a kick. Then Bad News got the nerve to, yo, the way Dot was on the floor trying to get up, I'm like, oh my God, bro. He got up quick though, man. Shout out to Dot, bro. He got up quick. It's crazy. Somebody said, shout out to Dot, man. I ain't really going in on Dot, bro. I'm not an instigator, man. Shout out to everybody, bro. Somebody said Spaces is like Battle Rap Twitter 2.0. Exactly. Yo, you said I'm 6'4". I'm 6'2", bro. 6'2", 6'3", I'm 6'2". I'm like 265, bro. That's what it is. But the way he hit him, he's like, clank. Dot was like, no! It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. Come rate, subscribe. But I thought that was going to be the drama. I'm like, this is it. Then here come Verb. Then come the Hitman tweets. People like tagging me. I'm like, is this real? I'm like, oh, Hitman joking. And Hitman went live. I'm like, oh, it's lit. Then Verb went live. I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's get some drama. Then here come Marv 1. Let's peacefully. I'm like, no! Like, battle rap gods, get him out of here. We not doing that, bro. We don't need no peace. Somebody said he had Dot like Tommy Hearns. Y'all crazy. Somebody said Dot went. We not about to roast Dot, bro. Shout out to Dot. Yo, I can't. Dot was reaching, you know, he the reach guy. He was reaching everywhere trying to grab a car or something. He like, no! Bad News trying not to laugh. Yo, you know the crazy part that a lot of y'all don't even know, right? So this is what I heard, right? So Bad News, first of all, I do want to say I do not condone any, you know what I'm saying? Any of that, you know what I'm saying? We just talking, you know what I mean? They was boxing and all that. I just want to put that out there, right? But a lot of people didn't know what happened. So Bad News ended up like, he hit him like 4 times before Dot finally like squared up. You know what I'm saying? Like open hand like 4 times. A lot of people don't know that. Before Dot finally like said, all right, you can't pump me no more. Like, let's go. This is what it is. But Dot was still, he had his hands up like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to. Man, ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no way, bruh. I am, like, something is getting, my phone is getting thrown. Something is happening. Somebody got to go to the ER. Somebody. However it goes down, bro. Yes, 4 times. Pow! Pow! I'm not talking about bing. I'm talking about pow! Pow! I'm not trying to pow! Put your dukes up. I'm not trying. Pow! Like that. This is what it was 4 times. You know, that's what people not saying. You know, so that's why I kind of try to stay away from it. Like, I don't want to talk about this. You know what I mean? And Bad News let everybody know what it was. Like, he said it in the interview. He let it be known like it was 4 times. Pow! 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 Ain't no way. Dot, if I was you, I would have been right back to JAIL, bro. Ain't no way. I would have popped the trunk or something. Like, if I can't win like that, and I'm that small, I got to do something, bro. You know what I mean? I cannot go. I'm going out like C-Murder or something. I'm not going out like that. You know what I mean? So that is wild. Like, can you imagine you just standing there, somebody just across your face? Pow! Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. No. I mean, but I do want to say shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to, we want peace. You know what I mean? We want everybody to, you know, get their money and all that. But battle rap was lit, man. It just is what it is. But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Come rate, subscribe. Thanks for all the subscribers. I got like 100 subscribers today. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? That stuff means a lot to me. You know what I mean? 100 subscribers. Like, so, I'm rocking with that. But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace. 4 times, pow!